I blame Addison Rae for all of my problems. That seems like a reasonable thing to do. Instead of taking responsibility for my own actions, I'll just blame the rich white girl. Listen, okay, so about a month ago, my sister and I filmed a video together. We reacted to He's All That, the new movie with Addison Rae, okay? And it was a wonderful, funny video. I spent days editing it, okay? And when I finally go to export the video, it's a corrupt file and I can't play it. Which is fine. I go to re-export it, everything is gone. So I re-edit the video, okay? I re-export the video, it's corrupted. So I try everything under the sun to uncorrupt the video, and nothing worked. So then I quit YouTube. I was like, I quit. This isn't worth it anymore. All this hard work and for what? So then I quit for about 20 minutes. And here I am. I gave up on the video. Listen, I did everything I could. I can't save it. It's just a video that y'all will never watch, and that's fine. That's fine. Today's video, I will be talking about the classic, and I don't know if I would say it's a personal favorite of mine, because I don't think I have a favorite Disney movie, but I do love this movie. It is truly awful. Nonsensical doesn't begin to describe it. It's just bad. It's bad, but I love it. I love everything about it. Growing up, my two icons were in this movie. Selena Gomez and Demi Lovato. Like, it's everything I could ask for. Demi Lovato now, they are busy. They are busy yelling at frozen yogurt shops for providing people with frozen yogurt and advocating for aliens. So, good for you, Demi. And I'm also going to be doing a Halloween costume because it's Spooktober. I'm home alone. Should I do the Caucasian thing and like ask if anyone is here? I'll be fine. If I get killed, I get killed. So this movie opens with Carter at her dad's bait shop. She's working at a bait shop, and this guy that she has a crush on, what's his name? Donnie, who sucks, by the way. If she gives him free bait, then he gives her a ride to school. That's the deal, okay? He's such an ass, because listen, this is my dad's business. If I'm gonna give you free bait, okay, and that means my dad is not getting any money, the least you could do is hold up your end of the deal. Give me a ride to school. But of course he doesn't do that, because the popular girls in school, Chelsea and Brooke, I believe are their names. I don't care about these girls. Disney hates Asian women, right? We realize this, right? It's the way they write Asian women is so sad. Like London Tipton, shallow. I mean, she's iconic, but she's like so shallow and so dumb. You've got that girl from Camp Rock, shallow and dumb. You've got this girl, shallow and Disney hates Asian women, I'm telling you. And after what they did with the live action Mulan, they hate Asians. Disney hates Asians. Carter doesn't get a ride to school, and her dad has to drive her. Her dad has 2 jobs. He doesn't do any of those jobs. We'll get to that eventually. But he has 2 jobs, okay? Carter is suffering from not like the other girls syndrome.
Can't stand them. They're such princesses.
Princesses.
Listen, okay? Maybe I can't speak for all girls, but I feel like we've all been there. We've all experienced internalized misogyny, have we not? Where we hate or we reject anything feminine for the likes of boys. Have we all? I've certainly been there. In middle school especially, I was getting bullied by a lot of boys. So I rejected anything that would make me ultra feminine so I can impress these boys. It's sad. It's really sad. But it happened. And Carter doesn't like princesses. She doesn't want to be referred to as a princess. She thinks being a princess is very shallow. You only care about your looks. You don't care about anything else. She doesn't want to be associated with that title. She associates the term princess with like damsel in distress, always waiting for a man to save her, which is Disney's definition of a princess for sure. Then we meet, okay, I'm going to say this. Okay, I'm going to say that. Rosalinda Marie Montoya Fiore, Princesa de Costa Luna. Wallahi, I'm Latina. I swear I'm Latina. I'm just joking. Please don't think I'm a Latina, boo, okay? I'm joking. But she is getting ready for her coronation. She's about to get coronated as the Queen of Costa Luna, okay? When this Man? Hold on. Major Mason. See, that's his second job. Carter's dad. He has a second job where he protects princesses. He's there to protect Rosalinda from getting attacked by General... What the hell is his name? Hold on. General Kane. This cartoon villain acts like a childish 10-year-old boy. But apparently, he declared himself president. Because that makes sense. He just one day decided he's the president of Costa Luna. And he wants to get rid of the royal family. He wants to arrest Rosalinda and her mom.
Seize them.
Huh? I don't understand. He declared himself president. So now he's the president of this country. How that makes sense, I have no idea. And now he's just gonna walk into the castle and say, yeah, I don't like you guys. I'm gonna get rid of you. That's it? He didn't even come in armed. Oh, but he did try to impale Rosalinda, a 16-year-old girl. He just threw a sword at her, trying to kill a 16-year-old girl. I just don't understand what he's trying to do. Like, just by walking into the castle, then there's no longer a royal family? But Rosalinda runs away with Major Mason. He takes her to this bunker on the beach where she talks to this lady on a screen. And then a few seconds later, this lady appears right in front of her. Why they had to do that? Nonsensical. Nothing about this movie makes sense. I swear to God. I swear to God. And they tell her that she's at the International Princess Protection Program. Nonsensical. That I mentioned this movie didn't make sense and it was just truly awful. So you're telling me these royal families, they're millionaires, correct? The royal families, they don't have to work. They have money. They can't afford their own security? And why is it only princesses that are threatened? What about everyone else? And I don't understand because this lady tells Rosalinda that they take princesses, they extract them for their environment, and they put them somewhere where they can be safe. I strongly doubt that separating these girls from their families will make them less vulnerable to threats. The International Princess Protection Program, funded by royal families.
A top secret agency funded by the world's royal families.
But royal families can afford their own security. And who is threatening these princesses? Most princesses, because, patriarchy and sexism, whatever, can't even become queens. They can't even lead their own countries. So who's threatening these princesses? I am so confused. It's so confusing. Oh dear God. I have a headache right now. Because I just can't make sense of any of this. Then they tell her that phase 3 of this plan, right, of protecting Rosalinda, is giving her a transformation. You hear the words transformation, you're thinking, maybe they're... At least Hannah Montana went from brunette to blonde, right? You're thinking they're gonna cut all her hair off, they're gonna give her a different hair color. They're gonna give her maybe a few piercings. I don't know. They're gonna make her look completely different from how she usually looks, right?
Good work.
They cut 15 centimeters off her hair. 15 centimeters. The size of a small ruler. Ruler. They cut this much hair off. And they said, that's good enough. You are now completely unrecognizable. When someone will see you, they will not know who you are. And you're good to go. Makes perfect sense to me. Now, I have to give it to them, to this PPP, okay? Because they were really onto something, putting Rosa in America. Because let me tell you something. North Americans, but more specifically Americans, are extremely self-centered. They don't know anything about anyone outside of the US. They expect everyone to know everything about US culture, and they know nothing about outside world. So putting her in America is the best thing they did, because she is a princess, soon to be queen of a small country that is not on most maps. No one will know who she is. So it's actually pretty smart of them to do that. Putting her in a high school, in an American education system? No one's getting educated. And she is now Carter's roommate. And Carter's pissed. Listen, I would be too. Spoiled little girl.
The suite is much smaller than I'm used to, but it will feel much larger once I have that extra bed removed.
It's not extra, it's mine.
I get it, she's princess. She has people working for her. She has a whole team of people doing things for her. Spoiled little girl. Ooh. Carter is more patient than I am. I'll say that much. She really is more patient than I am. So then, while they're eating dinner, Major Mason incompetent loser, has his daughter doing his job for him. So he, instead of making Rosie feel comfortable, which I assume is his job, he has Carter doing it by bringing her a slice of pizza. And Rosie pisses the crap out of Carter.
You may help me prepare for bed.
What did you say?
If you don't close your eyes and count your blessings, I swear to God. Please. Also, when Carter walked in on her, was she just like this, like just sitting like this the whole time? She was just staring at nothing. Like, I understand you're a princess, you have great posture, whatever. Read a book. That was weird. That was so weird. And guess what? Is Major Mason doing his job? No. It's Carter that has to take Rosie to school and make sure she's fitted in. Fitting in with all the other students. May I hand in my letter of resignation from the English language, por favor? Por favor. Because listen, okay? I have to say this. You know when you're trying to speak a language, but you're like, other language brain is on? Let me just be quiet. Moving on. So while they're in French class, Donnie, remember, Carter's crush, he immediately takes a liking to Rosa. Takes a liking? Who the fuck wrote these notes? Anna. I do speak English, thank you very much. Takes a liking. He takes a liking to Rosa, okay, immediately, because she just has this charm. She's very likable. She's classy, right? She's a princesa, soon to be queen, reina. She's classy, and Carter is jealous, rightfully so. I would be heartbroken. I've had a crush on you since I was a child, and you lay eyes on her for 1 second and you automatically like her. What's wrong with me? Why couldn't you like me? I give you free bait, and I don't yell at you for ditching me. Why couldn't you like me? Hannah, you're 21 years old. You're far too involved with this movie. Oh my goodness. Listen, I'm unemployed. This is what keeps me going. It's not school. Love my family, but it's not my family. It's this, okay? It's getting far too serious about fictional characters. So just let me have my joy. Thank you. Then the French teacher walks in, okay? And Rosie speaks with her in French. And you know, I speak French.
Parce que les Marocains connaissent le français.
And I got it. I understood what she said. She said, I like the French language, right? She said, I like French. What'd she say? It's a beautiful language. I speak 6 languages. English is my favorite. I understood what she said. But then...
Est-ce que cela vous a plu? Vous habitez aux États-Unis, Mademoiselle Devereaux?
all I heard was Julie Tribbiani.
Je te flee.
Hold on. Let me play it.
Est-ce que cela vous a plu? Vous habitez aux États-Unis, Mademoiselle Devereaux?
What? Huh? I understood vous habitez aux États-Unis. That I got.
Est-ce que cela vous a plu? Vous habitez aux États-Unis, Mademoiselle Devereaux? Oui.
Je ne comprends pas ici. Je suis francophone. Je parle français. In fact, I went to a French high school that is currently in the news for its racism. Fuck those teachers. Fuck those teachers. Every single one of them is racist. Every single one of them. It's just one of them got caught. I'm telling you this right now. Every single one of them. And by the way, her pronunciation is not bad at all. It's actually pretty good. Like, you can tell. She doesn't speak it fluently, but like she speaks it quite well. Her pronunciation is actually good, but it's just, what'd she say? What did she say? Okay, I'm so sorry. And then we see General Kane again.
You are ruining my happy thoughts.
Whiny teenage boy. And he wants to be king? I am so confused. So, like, he declared himself president, correct? And then he wants to get rid of the royal family so that he can be king? But how? But I thought he wanted to get rid of the royal family. Now he doesn't want to get rid of the royal family. He wants to replace them. Mori apu da. I'm speaking far too many languages in this video. But seriously, when this starts to make sense, call me. Oh, dear God. Oh, dear God. Listen, General Kane is such a terrible villain. Those two girls, Chelsea and Brooke, are so much better than he is. He's so cartoonish, so childish. He doesn't scare me. Like, I'm supposed to see him as a threat to Rosie, to her mom, to Costa Luna. He's not a threat. He's a freaking child. He's an idiot, and he doesn't make any sense. Now he's such a bad villain. So whilst Rosie is struggling to eat a burger at lunch, the principal announces that 3 girls will be the homecoming. What is homecoming? I have no idea what homecoming. It's such an American thing. I don't understand it at all. But they will be homecoming princesses, and then at the homecoming dance, one of them will be crowned homecoming queen. But anyways, Rosie then nominates Carter, which embarrasses Carter, and she runs away. When you're 16, everything's embarrassing, right? I remember that. I have to say, though, Carter's a brat. Like, she's right about some things. She's also a brat. She never, like, talked to Rosie or get to know her, or she automatically assumed she was one way when she heard that she was a princess. And she wasn't completely off, but she never took the opportunity to get to know her. You know what I mean? So she's being bratty. Very, very, very bratty. So naturally, her and Rosie fight. She says some choice things.
Oh, must be nice to play peasant for a day.
After they sit down, they have a heart-to-heart. Rosie tells her about, you know, what it's like to actually be a princess and how she has to feel responsibility and a burden for all her people, and that her home is being taken away from her. Like, it's a sucky situation, and her mom is in prison. It's a sucky situation. Carter finally stops being a brat, and she takes her bowling, because that's the American thing to do. I love bowling. Okay, this whole bowling scene is long and unnecessary, so I'll just give you the gist. Everyone loves Rosie, and she's great at bowling. We're good on that? Okay. Cool. So then the mean girls, they start to feel threatened by Rosie. So they recruit her as one of them, as part of their little friend group, so that they can embarrass her. So they get her a job working at Chelsea. Her dad owns a bunch of frozen yogurt shops. Now, mind you, this is Rosie's first job ever. And she's there all by herself. No training and no coworkers. Now I'm doing Celine Dion, doing Britney. Oh, baby, baby, how was I supposed to know? I'm so sorry. After she's humiliated in front of a lot of people, Carter comes to save her.
I'm not a fool, and she cannot make something out of me that I am not.
Let me tell you something. I love Rosie. I freaking love Rosie. She just exudes classy, like class, confidence. I like her. I think she's a good role model for little girls out there. Now, it's too bad that when I watched this movie for the first time, I didn't speak a lick of English. It's really too bad. I just remember the visuals, okay? And the visuals gave me enough context. But she's really, I like Rosie. I really do. So then back home at the bait shop or whatever, Carter teaches Rosie how to burp. Tell me why quirky white girls love to burp and shoplift. Why do y'all do that? Because I remember girls I went to high school with who had money. They had money. Like, their parents had money. They could afford things. I was poor. But especially when I was in high school, my family, we're not doing that great. And I never shoplifted once in my life. And all these girls, the parents had money. They had jobs and they were shoplifting. What is up with that? Very, very, very strange. Very strange. But anyway, she teaches her how to burp. Nasty, nasty. The girls talk to each other. They're bonding. They're really enjoying each other's companies. And they realize they have a lot more in common than they thought. Especially Carter. So my camera randomly stopped recording. I finished my eye makeup and I put on eyelashes, which I never wear. And I also did my brows today. I am so proud for how I did them. I think this is the most even I'm ever going to get them to look. Okay, so Rosalinda's mom goes to talk to the dictator, that childish little dictator, and he tells her that he's planning on releasing fake news, that he is engaged to Rosie's mom to lure. She's gonna see it and she's gonna be like, oh no, I have to save my mother. And then she's gonna go back to Costa Luna is what I'm trying to say. To lure her back to Costa Luna. Back at school, they announced the homecoming nominees, and it's Chelsea, Rosie, and Carter. Woo! I am shocked. Donnie asks Rosie to the dance, and Rosie rejects him because obviously she's a loyal friend. But of course Carter is heartbroken. Listen, I feel for her. Rosie straight up tells her he is not worth it, and she's right, he really isn't. He's a bully, and he's been treating her like crap, but Rosie or Carter doesn't have the ability to see that for some reason. You're 16, you don't know your worth. Let me tell you something, if you're 16 years old, high school boys will never be worth it. When Carter is all down, oh, I'm so excited about this. When Carter's like down, she's broken, she's heartbroken, whatever. Rosie tells her that she's gonna help her find her inner princess, okay? And then they have a montage playing my favorite song. One and the same. Oh, it's not my favorite Disney song, like one of my favorite childhood songs of all time. One and the Same by Demi Lovato and Selena Gomez. Let me tell you something. Demi Lovato might be going through it, okay? They might be the new advocate for aliens, okay? Okay? But they can sing. You and I, they can sing. Selena Gomez's voice, not my style, but she is very talented. Demi can sing. That high note, I think about it once a day. I love, love, love this song. In fact, let's play it. Listen. Listen to the high note. Yes! Did you hear that? Did you hear that? Wow. Wow, takes my breath away every single time. It's so good. Yeah. Oh. That high note. Go listen to it. I will link it down in the description box. Go listen to it. It's so good. Oh. She then goes to the library to find a Spanish book. And she finds a magazine, a Spanish magazine, with Rosa or Rosalinda, Princess of Costa Luna, face on it. And I don't know how she recognized her with that incredible transformation that the PPP gave her. I don't know how she recognized her. Then the Russian lady was talking to Major Mason, and she asks him if Rosie made any enemies while being here. If he was doing his job correctly, he would have known that those two girls had been after her all along. He would have known that, but because he let Carter do his job for him, he doesn't know anything. So he can't protect her properly. Like, I don't understand. Isn't he checking in with her? How was school? How was life? This man's not doing his job. He's not working at the bait shop. Carter's doing that. He's not protecting Rosie. Carter's doing that. Incompetent man. Do not like him. I do not like. I understand. Listen, being a single parent is difficult. But at least do one of those two jobs. So Chelsea and Brooke go to Rosie and they threaten her. They tell her, we know your secret. And what you're going to do is you're going to give up the crown. She could give you anything. She's the queen of an entire country. She gives you millions. You know what I mean? I would ask for like a house or a car. They're asking to be queen of homecoming? Pathetic. Pathetic. Like, your life must be really, really empty. And then they take Carter's dress and destroy it. When Rosie sees this magazine that Brooke and Chelsea give her, she sees that her mother is engaged to that dictator. And she says she wants to go back to Costa Luna to make sure her mom is safe. But Carter won't let that happen. So she does her father's job once again. She creates this plan to save Rosie. Listen, this plan, I'll save you the several minutes they spent on this plan. Mr. Elegante, she told him to make 2 dresses. 1 blue dress, 1 pink dress. The pink dress is gonna go to Rosie and the blue dress is gonna go to Carter. But Mr. Elegante is going to tell the major that Rosie's wearing the blue dress so that he can take Carter instead of Rosie. It's stupid. It's stupid. But yet again, she shouldn't be doing this. It should be her father making this plan, ensuring that his daughter and Rosie are safe. But since he's not doing that, Carter is. Okay, my makeup is done. I'm a cat. Meow meow. Now I'm going to do my nails. I'm going to be using this temporary glue. This, so you can take off the nails easily. They go to homecoming. They get a bunch of girls together. They give them a makeover. And these girls get off the bus dressed in masquerade masks. That way, the dictator won't recognize that it's actually Carter instead of Rosie. Then Rosie gets crowned as homecoming queen. And she thanks Carter, yada, 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 yada. He grabs Carter, and he's about to go into the, you know, the thing that flies. Yeah, you got it. Then Rosie comes out of nowhere, and she's like, no, you can't do this, Carter. And Carter was like, but I want to save you because you're my new favorite person. You're my best friend, and I love you. And then Rosie is all, no, this is my battle to fight. It's not yours. Just as he was about to take her into the helicopter, okay, Major Mason and the Russian lady jump out, and they save her. Yeah.
You are dumb, unattractive, overweight, unworthy, untalented.
How does it feel to be brought to justice by a 16-year-old girl, General?
So you agree? What? You think you're really pretty?
We're now in Costa Luna, and what's her face is getting coronated. The Queen of Costa Luna, and everyone lives happily ever after. Here's the thing. I've turned myself into my cat. Yeah, I remember an ending where Rosalinda, and Carter are now working for the Princess Protection Program. And they are now saving princesses. But it did not happen at the end of this movie. Now I'm confused. What did I see? Is this a false memory? Was I too young? But I swear I remember them working for the PPP. But anyways, yeah, that's it. That's the Princess Protection Program. Okay, let me do the ratings. Because I did it for the Camp Rock video. Okay, so I'm going to do it for this video. Acting. I chose 4.5 on 5 because Demi was good. Selena was good. Everyone was good except for Major Carter. Except for Major Kane. Terrible actor. Or at least he was terrible in this role. I can't say that he's a terrible actor, but he was definitely terrible in this role. Music, 5 on 5. 5 on 5. One and the same. There's also another song in the end. Fantastic. Loved it. Loved it. Clothes, 2 on 5. Only because, 1, her coronation dress, the first one, was so good. The second one, not that great. I loved all the outfits that her mom wore. I thought those were beautiful. The outfits that she wore in America, hideous. Absolutely hideous. But they weren't as bad as Camp Rock. So that's why I'm only giving it a 2 on 5. Instead of a 1, like I did with Camp Rock. Writing, 1 on 5. Nonsensical, horrible, truly horrible. It's just not good. It's not good. And as for the comedy, 0. I did not laugh once. It was truly, is not funny. It's not a funny movie. And they tried multiple times to make you laugh. It wasn't successful. Okay, as for my favorite character, Rosie. Fantastic. I love her. Graceful, classy, and she helped Carter realize her worth. That's what I like about her. Least favorite character, that freaking General Kane. Ew, I hate him. Next week's movie. Twins. Twins who are witches. I'm so excited. Okay, I'm done. Okay, it's been hours since I filmed the video, but I forgot to put on my cat ears that I specifically made for this video. And I know they look homemade, but I just wanted to show you the look with my cat ears. Okay, goodbye now.